What is going on, everybody? Depraved here, and we are back with week 4 of our tier list. Yes. We have finally got, how many? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We got 18. No. 10. My dude, I got 8 not too long ago, and my mind is fucked from it.
This will make
10,
24 at the end.
18... 26. No, we'll be at 34.
Okay. Because of the original 10.
We'll be at 34 at the end of this. 34 artists we have tiered up. And boy, am I excited for the group we have for you guys today.
Today.
So, today's tiering is... Also, you might want to share that on Twitter. I don't know if...
Okay. Oh.
Today's tiering is Grizzy Hendrix, Handlez McGee, Hi-Rez, Hopsin, Hunnid Dolla, izApacalypse, Jackson Pierce, and J Corr. Hopsin is, as of right now, the biggest artist we've had on this list, who is totally going to get this shit claimed, which is fine.
Yeah. His prerogative.
Shit happens. For those of you that are new to this, the way we do our tier list, we're not going to stay in the screen the whole time, but the way that we do our tier list is we've been going in alphabetical order through 66?
Yeah.
66 artists. We're going in alphabetical order. We did 10 the first week, and then we're doing 8 a week after. And the way the structure that we have it set up in is when we get to the artist, we play one full track of our choosing. Although this will be the first week, one artist gets 2 tracks for reasons. We play one full track, and then we
go through our pros and cons.
Pros and cons, and then we rank them or tier them, and then we move on to the next one.
No end then.
Also, this is going to be the first week, and we'll do it at the very end of the stream. This will be the first week we move somebody up or down that has already been tiered. I told you guys we would be doing this as we go on.
Right.
Oh, we're doing well, Rumen. I hope you're doing outstandingly, homie. I'm hoping you're...
It's warm, and we have slight food coma. But yeah, we're doing great.
we're slight food coma, not as bad as the live from a couple weeks ago, but...
Right. I was okay. You were ready to take a nap. Hey, Nico.
What up, Nico? Holy
yes, you are on time.
Shit. Nico made it. Everybody, round of applause.
On time.
I'm
not standing up. I'm sorry. I'm too tired for
I was more actually just readjusting my butt.
Oh, on my foot?
I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and I'm constantly sliding forward a little bit.
Oh, okay.
By the way, guys, I got to see something absolutely adorable. I got to watch Hellcat jump into the bed. It was great.
Hey, Circuit.
What up, Circuit? Welcome to the stream.
I am not the tallest person, and our bed is. And he was sitting right where I normally kind of fall into the bed. So I had to bunny hop up, and he thought it was great.
The food comes right. Well, we don't even want to die. We just want to sleep.
Right? I know the ones he's talking about, though. Where you're just too full and food coma hits you and you're like, and I'm out.
I'm done with life.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
I'm over.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. So yeah, again, I'm absolutely excited for this lineup. You're going to hear a bunch of songs for the first time from a lot of these artists. You've heard the J Corr song. You probably haven't heard the Hunnid Dolla. I know you haven't heard the Handlez. You've heard the Grizzy one. You've heard the Hi-Rez one.
Right.
You've heard the one... Now you've heard both the Hopsin ones. Okay, so... Again, something new we're doing this week that we have not done before. 2 things. First off, one artist is getting 2 songs, which is Hopsin. There's a reason behind it. The main one being the song we're using is actually the same song that we used for EP off of his remix.
Okay. Right.
So I wanted to give you something else, but at the same time I wanted to show you the diversity, so you're getting another song. It's more of a joke song. It's not very long.
Okay.
So when we get there, we get there. And again, this is the first time you're going to see somebody move up or down on the tier list that has already been tiered.
But, as we said, with new material comes new opportunities. So, yeah.
Yes. You can be the top
All
tier?
right.
All right. We're looking forward to it. All right, so with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Again, first artist in alphabetical order we're doing is Grizzy Hendrix. Grizzy Hendrix is one of my favorite artists on this platform. I love watching him on Twitter as well, especially over the last couple days where he has just gone off the
All
fucking
caps,
rails.
all the time.
Oh, he's all caps all the time. He's our caps lock hero.
He knows no other way.
I feel like he's always yelling,
That's exactly how I take it.
which makes it even funnier to me.
Because I can actually hear him yelling it. I've watched enough of his little vlogs that
Right.
I'm like, I can hear his voice. It's kind of scary, actually.
So the first song we're actually going to check out, or the song we're going to check out from Grizzy, is still to this day, ever since he released it, one of my favorite Grizzy Hendrix tracks. And the song is Blame Kendrick Lamar. For those of you that don't know, Blame Kendrick Lamar was actually written and put out as before shit has gotten bad, it was put out as a challenge to Screw, because at the time, Screw had said he is the best artist on this platform.
And everyone was like, hold up!
Which, if you guys remember, Dizzy 8 put out Ultra Instinct because of it, Grizzy put this out, and then a couple other artists also responded. And it was not ever intended to be, like, the start of any sort of beef.
Yeah, it was a
or
hold
nothing
up, wait a
yet.
minute.
Or actually, I think they had scheduled their beef tracks, because there was one of those things where they were going to playfully do it.
Right.
And we were waiting, because if I remember correctly, everybody thought this track would have been the one that he was going to go at Screw. But he was like, no, this is just to let y'all know.
Right.
That
Nico, we'd never go at you for that, but he's a great lyricist. Great. So.
Out fucking standing. So with that said, let's go ahead and pop on over to YouTube.
We do need to pull this a little closer, love.
I had fully planned on it, and I
All right.
spaced it.
That's okay.
All right.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Analyst is live. Hope you're having a good day, Analyst. Not that you're here to listen.
Right. Yeah, Nico. Thought you got around.
What's that?
Oh, Roman said he doesn't believe it.
Never heard a song from someone on YouTube. Right? How have you not heard Grizzy,
Right?
Nico? All right. So this is, again, Blame Kendrick Lamar. This is probably one of his more popular songs. No, I don't want to hear your shit.
Even when the pros went
Not
dark,
even in the slightest. Fuck your ad. In 5 minutes, you can skip this ad. 5 minutes, you can skip this ad. Dip dab, dip dab. Wait a minute. Laying down on a stretcher. Something with a melanin texture.
All right.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Skip this ad I have had on repeat, guys. I'm actually getting close to having a lot of it memorized.
Hey, Hal.
What up? Amy Lee forever? Batman and Catwoman. I'm the goddamn Batman.
I'm blending into the bed today. Apparently.
Alright, so as I said, this is Blame Kendrick Lamar. And per our normal, call it content stealing if you want, it's not our intent. We're going to play the entire song without pausing it, talking about it. This isn't a breakdown, this isn't a reaction. This is a promotional thing,
That's
so you
already
guys
happened.
can get an idea of
Yep.
who this artist is. So with that being said, what up, Jeff? This is Blame Kendrick Lamar, in parentheses, tell Screw I'm the best YouTube rapper. Let's get it. Oh, there it goes. I was like, is there no
There's never
sound?
any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world. Even though a lot of you don't like to hear it, it's fact. I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth.
Hey,
I'm
Mark.
the best.
I got these black critics all in their feelings, it's evident. They try to say my ass a coon because I fuck with Eminem. But I'm
What up,
on
Mark?
the verge of being so imminent that it's killing them. Deep down they know they're skilling them, so I gotta skill at them. Paying out the fake fans is trying to get it slim. Like my points ain't never valid when it comes to spitting shit. I'm like a retard, Welvin, a great special ed kid. The only problem is I'm southpaw, so they can't box me in. With the logic said I Hopsin, so I'm jumping out the gym. Like I'm Zion, so defiant, they'll get 8 Kobe Bryant. Y'all so blinded by the gimmicks, y'all can't recognize the rhyming. But I'm too seasoned like 2 pack of rhymings I've been hiding. You know the vibes, I'm 6'9", until you midgets, I'm a giant. This is 4th down, throwing Hail Marys, rising like Christ in. Or remember the Titans, what I'm writing, so enticing. You would think my ass was biting, street fighting, and bison. Or I found they like Snowbuck. Nah, I'm just that nice with these balls like it's Rikers. But I'm righteous, got the Midas touch like Pius. So all of those who's biased, shh, quiet. It's black and white nonsense that keeps us all divided. Gonna end up being violent, we keep on pushing this problem. My cousin said I'm pandering to whites, I told him stop it. You too bright to be that guy that's always talking so toxic. I'm more like a black Klansman infiltrating Congress. I'm too wise to fall for y'all patronizing comments. So how can I break my promise? Switch on my content and I'll be honest. I'm no novice, I'm too woke, I'm Tupac mixed with Nostradamus. Taking the shit on all these rappers' heads like they all porta potties. You can pray to God or Gotti. Either way, yo, Doc Gaddafi with 2 hands around my throat. Still won't choke, word to Holly. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and body. They can't find me. Crooked labels trying to eye me. They want power, I'm no Tommy. They just want control of me like that time when Big Sean got bodied. But I'm conquering like Genghis Khan. Colonies and continents. Incompetence is something I can't tolerate till I get rich. And y'all should know what time it is. All the malls on Obama-rich. I cannot clock black excellence, so stop watching shit. Stop it. And you could blame this one on Kendrick. Or call the paramedics, hope I'm not being too extra. Newsflash, y'all see how I left X on a stretcher. I'm the best YouTube rapper, that's not asking a question. I would probably sign with Shady or Dr. Dre, that'd be crazy. And it's okay, that's just Grizzy. Go with him, Haley. My word plays like Jermaine's first take. Not scratch that, I'm better than that. In the first place, for every verse I rehearse, I need more her space. Yeah, and you can blame this shit on Kendrick. You can blame Kendrick Lamar. Won't you blame Kendrick Lamar? The only rapper that inspired this, and you ain't have to make honors or go to college or be a scientist to know just who the hottest is. It's God Grizzy. I swear these other rappers shouldn't have the crown. When it's time to put it down, they ain't nowhere to be found. Won't you blame Kendrick Lamar? Go and blame Kendrick Lamar. Ah, nigga, fire.
He's such a goof, too. Hey, Freeman.
Oh, man.
Should I say what's up?
What's up? Yeah, so that was Grizzy Hendrix, for those of you that don't know. Again, got a lot of love for this dude. And it's actually usually my point to try and make the dude laugh, although sometimes I'm sure I've cracked jokes that he's been like...
This guy.
Because there was one time he was talking about getting pictures or random pictures or something. I said something along the lines on Twitter to Grizzy. I said something like, damn it, Grizzy, chill out. I was just trying to send you a dick pic and it wasn't even mine.
Right?
I got no response.
Although, he's not the only one that you do that to.
I do that to everyone.
Like, a lot of them should be used to it at this point.
Blitz is one of my favorite to fuck with like that. Because I know he laughs, but he's like, I can't
Right.
respond to that. Because if I respond to that...
Right. No. Yeah, Jeff, he does. We were kind of shocked the first time that we saw him.
Yeah. And we'll actually get into that in the pros and cons, actually.
Okay.
Some things I wanted to talk about Kendrick, not Kendrick, Jesus Christ.
Now that that's stuck in our head.
Yeah. Thanks, Grizzy. Some things I wanted to say about Grizzy. First off, one of the things I do absolutely love that Grizzy does, he has his own album series. And I love when artists do this. So, like, you've got Jay-Z, who's got The Blueprint.
Right.
And actually, if you want to go more independent, you've got, like, Eka, who does Detour.
Right.
Well, Grizzy has something that's called Conspiracy. And each album is like Conspiracy 1, 2, and 3. And he just actually put out the third one this year. I bought it. I've only made it about halfway through. From what I've heard, everything I've heard off this album is fire. But I would definitely, if you guys have Spotify, go check it out there. Or if you guys got the money, Apple Music.
Right.
It's more of an expensive album, though. It is like $20 because it's like almost 23 songs or something like
long.
that. It's a long album.
It's close. I was going to say 25, but I think you're right. Yeah.
So it is like I said, it's a more expensive album, but you're getting a lot more music out of it. And then again, if you have Spotify anyways, you can listen to it all for free.
Right.
So yeah, I'd definitely give him a follow. Now, with that being said, as far as some pros, first off, Grizzy is really good at conveying messages. And it's usually positive messages.
Right. And almost all of his songs have a message.
Yes. There's always something he's trying to express to his fan base through whatever it is that he's rapping about, and I absolutely love when artists do that. And he's so good at crafting his words and wordplay anyways, to be able to do that consistently through so many different songs and still find ways to bend words and have doubles and triples everywhere.
Yeah, his lyricism is what blows me away every single time. And even if you catch doubles the entire way through, you know that you've missed stuff.
Yeah.
Easily.
Another thing I think is a pro, and this actually straddles the line of both pros and con, is Grizzy literally gives 0 fucks what anyone thinks.
Right.
And
like he said there, like I have even cousins telling me that, I'm a coon, and that's the term he used, guys. But yeah, and he's like, hey, if I can't be truthful in what I'm saying, then why should I even be speaking at all?
Right. And that's one of the things I love about him, but I think it's also the same thing that probably gets him overlooked so much, is he'll start going on one of his, I'll call them Twitter tirades, or Twitter tantrums.
In all caps.
In all caps, where he's just going off on somebody.
And some people take offense to it.
And some people really look at it as like,
this dude's aggressive.
Dude, you're way over aggressive. You need to chill. I don't, because I find this shit hilarious.
Someone last night or whatever called him a bully. And I was like, okay, well, I mean.
And one of the things I will say that I love about Grizzy is you can disagree and he won't attack you for it.
Hell, I was going to make the same freaking joke. So, props to you. That should always be up.
But you can disagree with him. Mm-hmm. And as long as you're just polite about it or you're reasonable about it, he's usually really cool with just having a conversation. Yeah. There's been times where I've been like, well, Grizzy, I don't really agree, but I can see where you're coming from.
He has a perfectly content
and he'll be cool
discussion with you. Yeah.
There are some people that won't even go that route. Just don't come at him and be like, yo, you're fucking stupid, because that's usually when
he goes off.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Right. As I would. As I've done.
Most of us do. Yeah. Yeah.
Recently.
You come at me and yep. And that's your bad.
So as far as some cons, and this is something that's straddling the con-pro line. For me, it's a pro. For, I think, overall music, it's a con. And he's working his way towards getting away from it. The whole face paint thing and stuff like that, it's almost like he built a rap character.
Right.
And people don't really vibe with rap characters anymore. Back when Eminem was doing the whole Slim Shady thing.
Right.
Hopsin with his, contacts. Like, back then, people were all like, hey, it makes you stand out. We like it.
Tech 9 did it.
Tech 9.
All ICP did it.
Exactly. Yep. And I feel like that was kind of holding him back in terms of reaching further out. Now, I liked it because...
To new fans.
To new fans.
To new fan base.
Now, I liked it. That's one of the things that turned me on to him. I was like,
fun.
Dude, his fucking face paint is wicked. Like, I fucking love it.
I hope that he does both.
I hope he straddles the line and does both. And I kind of would like to see it depend on the type of song he does.
Exactly.
Which I think would be fun, because, like, if you see him in the face paint, you could just be like, okay, shit's about to get crazy.
Right. Whereas,
shit's about to get wild.
If he's barefaced, then it's a more personal, serious message. Yeah.
Right. Which I think would definitely help him in terms of pushing his content.
Well, you know what we're saying, Freeman. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
So then another thing that I think can also hurt him. Very rarely will he step away from conscientious rap.
Right.
And that could be a big turnoff to a lot of people.
Sometimes
a lot of people
they just want to chill and vibe and not think.
Right. Or they want to feel something. So, and what I mean by this, so he'll have a lot of tracks that have messages. But I can't think of too many messages that are about his personal trials or tribulations.
A lot of social justice.
It's a lot of social issue. Tracks. Whereas, or he also doesn't really have too many club bangers where, like, you know, people can ride around and bump. And I think that's also going to hurt him.
Right.
Because, again, conscientious rap is not in the forefront of hip-hop. It's something I'd love him for.
Right.
And
I appreciate it. I mean, like, I was going to say the other part of that is also, we consider it a pro, but he is so gifted lyrically and really does come out with normally triple entendres. He doesn't even stick to doubles.
Right.
But people have even gotten mad at Eminem for that. They don't want to listen to him because they don't want to have to think about it, put it all together later. You know, where I think if you listen to it and you think it's cool and then 5 years later you realize what was actually being said or insinuated, I think that's fun. But not everybody wants to search for all of those things.
Right. Swing by a live sometime and request it, Roman.
We go live on Sundays. That is the
live,
best time.
Live reactions. Those are Sundays.
Yeah.
Usually from 6 until 10 Eastern. It's 8:30 now. So.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing. Bars may be too advanced for some people.
Right.
And which you'd already touched on.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, she didn't read my paper, y'all. Just saying, she just knows. But
again, something that we love.
This is not something I'm saying is a major con on him at all. It's, again, something else that I personally love about him.
It's one of those pros that straddles the con line for drawing in more fans from the younger generations.
Right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and flip on over.
Aw, thank you, Hal. I didn't realize that you don't even really like rap. Hopefully at least some of the stuff we listen to you enjoy. Amy Lee said she doesn't. She hangs out here because of our shiny personalities.
We appreciate you. 100%. Alright, so with that being said, Grizzy Hendrix, I actually have got him at a high A. He's one of those artists, I feel like even with the negatives, he could dip into S very easily.
Easily.
But he needs to at least do something in terms of
what is going to catch the
what's going to catch the attention of so many people.
I mean, he has said that he's turned away whack-ass labels that have looked for him. But yeah, there has to be a track or something.
I was say he's also one of the very few artists on this list that have been on Sway.
Yep.
And done a freestyle there, which he gotten a lot of shit for, by the way. He called out Jay-Z on it.
Oh.
And the people in the studio were like, "Are you sure? Like, is that something that?"
Well,
and he respects Jay-Z. Jay-Z is one of his favorite artists, if not his favorite artist.
Right.
He's just not afraid to tell people, "I think you're fucking up."
Which again is something that I like about him, but again could hold him back.
Right.
I'm not telling him to change that. I think that's part of your moral code and your ethics, but you know.
All right. So this next artist is Handlez McGee. Handlez, honest to God, Handlez is one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter.
Right.
He doesn't post often, but when he does, it's usually meaningful. He'll have a joke here and there.
Right.
But here's the thing. So when I was at work last night, listening through his music to figure out what I was going to play, I actually had him already placed lower than what I've got him now. Because going into it, I'm like, he's good, but I've only heard like 2 or 3 songs.
Right.
And I need to hear more. I didn't know he had the catalog that he had. And I ended up listening to the entirety of his newest album.
Right.
I was like, okay, I'm only going to listen to 5 songs.
Yeah, no, that never happens. That's why I was shaking my head, y'all.
And it just kept going. And like I said, I think there was only like one song on that entire album I wasn't like super into.
Right.
I still liked it. But
Yeah.
the rest of the album
Was amazing.
was fantastic.
I saw you be like, oh, you thought you were going to get this line past me. That's not going to happen. That was your tweet. And he responded.
Well, okay, so to explain the bar to you, you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan. Dende, when he says Dende, but he actually
Right.
says it Dende. Dende's a character in Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
He's a Namekian. Whatever.
You can correct
He's
it in
from Planet
comments.
Namek.
Okay.
And then he says, try to stick a nail in me like Piccolo. Nail and Piccolo are also both Namekian. And Nail and Piccolo eventually fuse to become one being. So stick a nail in me like Piccolo.
Got it.
But then Dende was... I'm just saying, the scheming there was fucking nice. He's like, I see you, Freeman. That's not the song we're actually listening to, though.
I was just saying that he actually responds on Twitter, too.
Right. He's one of the few that do. There's a lot of people I'll shout out or tag them that I've done something. A lot of them will. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah. Right.
But there's a select few that like don't say shit.
Your vast knowledge, Hal. I'm so glad you can claim that now.
All right, so this track is called Black Matter. It's off the album Black Matter, which, as you'll see here in a moment, because we're about to get an ad, I think.
This season,
We are.
All right. So this here is called Black Matter, and if you guys look at the album artwork, I love the way he did it. It's the Black Lives Matter,
Yep.
BLM, but the L is scrubbed out and it just says Black Matter. And this song, I don't remember if this song was the intro or what, but this song kind of explains that. And especially in the beginning, it has like this little intro of talking. And by the way, Handlez is really fucking smart. Really fucking smart.
Yeah. I would have guessed. Just from the way he posts.
Right. It's a bit hard to be in 2 streams, but I have tried.
Yeah, Nico says he's still in Analyst Live, too.
Yeah, Analyst will be there for like another hour and a half, 2 hours. He'll last as long
And
as we do.
Nico has managed like 3 at a time. Freeman, he's...
Right. But yeah, so this is Handlez McGee. The last song we actually listened to together that he was on was with script work.
Right.
Which again, we were impressed by what Handlez had to do. It was one of the things that actually had me excited for when Handlez does come up. We've reacted to 1 or 2 other Handlez songs.
Right.
They were in lives, if I remember correctly. And I really support the dude. Love what he does, and I am super excited to let you guys hear this. So,
All in My Head.
Yeah,
is
All in
one
My
of the
Head.
ones that we did a reaction to.
but yeah, so again, this is called Black Matter, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
Black matter, the intangible substance in general of a physical being is embodying the mind and spirit to overcome group or individual oppression. In physics, that which occupies no space or rest mass but weighs heavily on both the enforcer and afflicted, cannot be explained in single definition or confined to hearsay, but must be unapologetically felt, viscerally.
Man, I don't know, man. Handlez been tweaking, folk. Man, what you talking about, Woody?
I mean, you know, his intro's usually about the punchlines, the wordplay, but I mean, it's weird now, bro.
I disagree, bro. I mean, he really talking about what matters. You know what I'm saying? And he really doing his thing out there. That youngin', you know, he talking about what matters, man.
This what matters. This what matters. Look, Black matter, black matter. Been many bold movements, blacks matter. Big mansions, big maneuvers, bad manners. Bent Mercedes-Benz makes, blacks master. Big money, broke motives. Black man been making babies, making baby mamas barely make it. Betrayal maybe, banking, major bucks making brothers malicious. Basically mother's beautician, we gotta die to see a difference. Cause on my shoulders, holding the weight of the soldiers, falling, waiting the coldest water. Spur of the moment, I'm Tony Parker, running a point, I'm guarding, hold a garland, warrior Trojans, parting, feeling like Morgan Morning, tell them to go, they on it, hold up, pardon, load up. God and matter, definition outstated, it reads as follows. In a fairer situation that's under consideration, I'm asking, do y'all even consider us in y'all nation? I'm asking, do y'all consider y'all president being racist? See, your silence tells it all, and your violence begets the violence. Unveil the lion, they tell us all trying to hide the obvious. Oh, now y'all oblivious, trying to deny y'all trials and all. They want to happen, just stick to rapping. But no, this another sound, it's scary as thunderclouds. I'll bury it underground like Harriet, jumping out as my chariot. Up around above various undertones that they sending. Put me over for tickets, am I coming home to my children? But scratch, I see my people, they love LeBron cause he black, but then they hate on Stephen Clay just for melanin that they lacking. How's that? Man, I can't front, this exactly what Master wants. We got brothers from other sides of the track laid on their backs, and honestly, my people probably not from Africa. But why does that matter, bruh? That mean I'm not black as ya? Don't see me as black enough? You see how that's sad enough? Believe it or not, we could be more than magic, but on people attacking us. Deceitful action, trust other people are laughing, cracking up. They keep us from stacking up, so dreaming of ash and dust, keep acting tough. Flinging and squeezing a ratchet, but it lead to a casket, yup. And we couldn't even imagine, see it a grasp it, thinking to fathom. We could amass a massive leaders of masses. Think I'm just rapping, black matter. Make normal bounce music with bow movement, black matter. When you think of beast mode, I'm bout mutant. Been Malcolm, boy, my basic made bars, more big meaning. No Birdman, been more about me being Martin and Big Nietzsche. And been mentioning bold menaces before my first mixtape. I ain't seen no difference. Y'all just saw cold penmanship, but now your soul's listening. I'm gold digging it, gold digging, cause our minds like minds with gold in it, black matter. See, this gray matter is dark matter, no words. Just my brain matter makes stars scatter. That's exactly what we capable of. I'm here to bring it out, you seize it and embrace with a hug. I'm really about this black matter. Shot the nose off our face to impair our souls. Black matter, so they can't smell but still hear the pheromone. Black matter, tug left to correct all they right and wrongs. Black matter, I'm a king in my own, right or wrong. Matter, something that is to be tried or proved in court. A case. Matter, something that evokes a specified feeling. Matter. Third, to be of importance, have significance.
Fucking love that song.
And I love that he just used the Webster dictionary definition of the word and then the words together, and even just stating it creates triples for him.
Oh yeah.
And it all is applicable not only to the track, but the Black Lives Matter movement, the whole 9 yards. So no. Y'all see enough of my tits as it is, and that's just because they're there. Come on now.
But yeah, so, and again, this was the first song I heard off the album. And I was like, okay.
Is this the intro?
I think so.
This is a great way to start an entire album.
And then I went, like I said, I went down the album, and like I said, I think there's only one song which was called Kaepernick. Or
they were
Kaepernick?
just kind of like,
I don't remember what he called it. But I think it was just more the flow that was used. And again, I still enjoy the message behind it, and I enjoy the things that he said.
Yeah, but it wasn't like top of your playlist where you're like,
Right.
oh my gosh, and that's going on one, and this is going on one.
Exactly.
Just
The rest
having your kids a couple of days, I am already, like, I'm censoring my words. I have said gosh and freaking a couple times during this stream.
Shit, you're better than me.
Which is scaring me.
I'll look at one of my kids and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I have said that to them face to face, but apparently, you know.
But no, so, yeah, if you guys have a chance, and what's funny is this album came out in 1989. It was one of those things where I was like, it was kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And which, I mean, it's not really, which we've been in this time for fucking ever. But,
Right, but it's applicable
yeah.
right now.
Great fucking album, though. So definitely check that out.
History
if you have
is a
not.
cycle, guys.
With that being said, so some pros I got for Handlez. His flow, schemes, and bars are outstanding.
Impeccable.
And he's one of those artists that I would even like to say I could compare to, like, King Blitz. in that he won't necessarily always flood every song with bars,
Right.
but there's gonna be something somewhere
You're
that
like,
there will at least
"Surprise!"
be, and it's usually at least two or three times in a song
Right.
where he'll just be going on a flow, and then all of a sudden he'll slip a little bar in there with like a double, triple entendre,
And you're like,
and then you'll be like, hold on, let me rewind that, because I think
Right. Right. People asked if we actually pause and rewind the first time we listen to songs. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Rock, maybe not so much. I will do it the second or third time I listen to it, but rap songs, yeah, I will.
As far as another pro, he's got a very diverse sound to him. Like I said, this is the first time you've heard this song,
Right.
but I know you've heard a couple of the others with
and
me.
it doesn't sound the same as the other ones that I've heard, which I like. I like the
Right.
mix up so that you don't get bored.
He's very good at changing up the flows, changing up paces.
Right.
And I don't know how long it took him to put this album together, but the album, something that's really important with albums like this, is it's really important that the songs flow from one to another.
Right.
Because there are some albums I've heard where there was no real thought put into how the songs are going to go on there, so it kind of sounds disjointed.
Right.
Even if each song may sound great as far as an overall album sound, you could usually be like, it's all right.
Right. And the order matters.
Right.
That's kind of what we're saying. Like, you don't have to have a thematic thing. It doesn't have to be one of these storytelling things where all songs are part of the same story. It's just, did that one kind of flow into the next one in terms of listener ease, I guess?
Right.
Sonically.
But yeah. Now, as far as some cons for Handles, honestly, the first big con is, at least amongst the YouTube community, from what I've understood, he's just not very well known out there yet.
Right.
He's still a relatively newer artist to me. The first time I ever heard of him was when he was interviewed by Scriptwork, before their song came out. Right. Not too long before, but before. So, I mean, I guess you can't really say it's necessarily a con as it's normal.
Right.
But I'm definitely hoping that either through us or through other people, we can get him some more exposure. Why haven't Boy in a Band been in a YouTube site? I don't even know who that is, Jeff.
I know who he is. I don't know, A, if he's been asked, or B, if he's already considered to have a large enough platform, or if it's just not something that he's interested in. He works, he's done some stuff with PewDiePie and so on.
As far as other cons, the only other con I really have for him is I don't feel like he's just had that one song yet, and we had this has come up a few times within all of these. He hasn't had that one song yet that people are going to flock to.
That has just grabbed people.
That just grabs people and pulls them in.
I'm sure there's plenty that we can be like, and that one should have, but
right.
That's subjective. So.
But yeah, so over and above all, I do still feel like I need to hear more from him. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, he's not getting a low ranking by any means. He's actually quite a bit higher than what I was originally going to put him.
Right.
Let's hop on over. Come on over, baby. Not the screen I was trying to go for. Switch back over here. All right. So, with that being said, I've actually got Handles at a low A. With that being said, I definitely feel like he could rise very easily.
Right.
I kind of would like to hear, like, I'm kind of hoping he has something new coming up, song-wise, maybe video-wise, to something that I haven't heard.
Right.
And again, Nico, I noticed that earlier. I'll have to send one of his songs on the live stream. Possibly. But I lost my train of thought. This is why I try not to look at chat when I'm...
You were saying that you're hoping he has a newer song come out.
Oh, Nico. I know you'd said something about how good the song with Scriptwork is, which it is really good.
It really is.
But I'm trying to pick songs that just have the artists in it, with very minimal features. There might come up one or two here and there where it's like a singing feature.
Right.
but in terms of just most of the song is that one artist.
Not just a verse.
Right.
Yeah.
So with, again, Handlez low A, I definitely want to see more from him, and I will.
And newer stuff too.
And newer stuff. I mean, it's 2019 album. It's still relatively new, I guess. I guess we're about 7 months in.
Yeah. But newer stuff.
Right. And, yeah, so I'm excited for that. All right. Next up, Hi-Rez.
All right.
Here's what sucks. The song I really wanted to play from Hi-Rez is the song he did with Ritz. Because when we listened to it on our live, we were like, this is fucking crazy.
Right.
And how good it was, but I can't because it's 2 people.
Right.
Sad face. Hey, what up, EP? Welcome to the
EP.
stream. So, I'm actually going to be playing Survival, which was the
Okay.
last thing we reacted to
All right.
of his.
Also good.
I will say, guys, I think it's less than a week away from Hi-Rez's new album dropping. If you have not pre-ordered it yet, go jump on it.
Definitely be there to listen to it, stream
I-
it, whatever.
I think it's going to be one of the best albums to come out this year. He has improved so much since like the earlier
Right.
stuff that I've heard from him. Like just the 2 songs, one of which we're about to play that I've heard that are off this album, have been out fucking standing, and some of the best stuff I've heard
It's
him
exciting.
do yet. So yes, definitely.
That's okay, Freeman.
What Freeman say? Until we scheme stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
we know
boycotting
several
We
of
Stream.
you.
He didn't include us in his
Yeah, reactors tier
reactors
list.
tier list. I'm kidding. I actually love Scheme. He's a funny dude.
And we know that several of you are rock supporters, and of course, yeah, request tomorrow, Wednesday. That's great. And yes, there are many more rock reactions, actual videos
Did
in the
somebody
works.
say something about rock music?
Yes, I'm backtracking.
Oh. Yeah, so this is Hi-Rez. The song we are going to listen to is Survival.
I'll get you, my pretty.
This came out 3 weeks ago. Has it really been that long?
It has. Hit the like button over here.
Let me skip your worthless ad. I don't want to do whatever it is you were wanting me to do. All right, so this is Hi-Rez with Survival. I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get it.
Mama in the halfway house, new man every night. Always find wrong and everything, shit is never right. Homie locked down in a cell, I don't ever right. Just doing wrong things for the right reason, make it right. Seeing loved ones hurting bad, homie, that's hard. Mama throwing shit at your dad, then getting slapped hard. Mama new boyfriend, hanging in the backyard. And I mean literally hanging in the backyard. Had a crush on this girl when I was like 9 or 10. Fast forward, the brother ended up killing my friend. I was scared of the world, so I would live in my bed. Now, I get money, I just live in the Benz. Drinking to numb the pain still remains. Had my homie laying lifeless, heroin in his veins. The grass is always greener, but that's probably cause it rains. On the other side more, so I probably should complain. A lot up on my mind, it can't fit in my brain. If you knew all of my thoughts, you would call me insane. Blood is thicker than water, but I live in the drought. The things that kills us, the ones that we cannot live without. My cousin was a good kid, died from a bullet. Meanwhile, 6'9", begging for someone to pull it. I ain't have a role model on how to treat a woman. Had to teach myself what the fuck my father couldn't. We act like suicide and anxiety, not a part of society. People die before they get to sobriety. I don't rap for the money or the damn notoriety. I don't talk lately, nah. I
I've been moving quietly. I know my people proud of me. Everyone looking down at me. I was sinning, now I got these angels surrounding me. Chasing this dream, no time to be cowardly. Thanks to my fans for allowing me. So my parents popping pills, followed in their footsteps. Took a couple steps back. Every time I took steps, people make life way harder than it has to. Get caught in the fucked up cycle. Life past you. Kids dying in these streets. Now it's a classroom. There's a lot, God, I really wanna ask you. I know that you real, but sometimes you make me question it. That kid killed 17 people before they arrested him. Seen your dad OD in the kitchen. The stove is still hot, mashed potatoes with the chicken. When people love you, why they always try to keep shit hidden? So many lives lost to alcohol and addiction. You ever see your dad crush up pills and he's snorting it? If you look the other way, that mean that you ignoring it, which means that you supporting it. These rappers just recording shit, put it on the internet, companies endorsing it. If you have to question it, you don't know what depression is. So many times I thought I learned my lesson. I never did provide for your family by any means. If I ain't rap, probably could've died in these streets. Mama always throwing shit, plus she always throwing fists. Wanna break down and cry, but we just holding in. Scared to show emotions, cause our fathers never showed us it. We do the same things to our kids and we ain't notice it. Always do the wrong thing with the right intentions. I don't do that internet talking, stay out my mentions. Brother got arrested, could've been a blessing. Someone could've died without even second guessing. The world that I'm alone in, tears that I'm soaked in. Got a bad temper, it's getting hard to control it. Sometimes you can't be there for someone that you love because they too lost in the drugs. Survival.
Yeah! Fucking love that
Still
song.
a rough song, even like the third time through, for me. Yeah. I love it, don't get me wrong. It's just one of those that you're like, God damn.
So fun fact, the OFTF on his hat stands for Only for the Fans. Which is his own clothing line.
Cool.
I think it was the name of his last album as well.
Yeah, I saw something about it that rings a bell, but yeah.
Yeah, so... Which actually brings me to my first pro. Dude is hella interactive with his fans.
Yeah.
If you pre-order the album, not digitally, but actually pre-order
Right.
the actual album, he's writing handwritten letters to each and every person that pre-orders it.
That's cool.
Which, I feel so sorry for the dude's hands.
He's gonna have cramps.
I don't even like signing my name more than like 3 times in a
In
day.
a row. In a day.
My hands are strictly for the controller.
Occasionally it looks like a kindergartner is writing my letters. My hands get so agitated.
Although when I write poems or like music lyrics,
Mhm.
it's always by hand. I don't like typing that shit out.
That's how I write all of my stuff.
Now, if
Because
I'm writing
when
an
I
actual
type,
story, I'll type it out. But
gotta write it by hand. Otherwise it stunts my creativity. And yes, my hands hurt like hell afterwards. And like I said, sometimes it looks like a kindergartner wrote it.
right. Also with Hi-Rez, I mean, as with so many people on this list, has a great cadence when he raps.
Yes, he does.
Has just a good flow to his lyrics. He's really good at storytelling, really good at not storytelling. I mean,
Right.
the dude's just hella fucking talented. There's not much more I could say outside of... lyrically, the dude's just really good.
Right.
And he's been doing this for a while, and it shows.
Yes.
Really good at... now, there wasn't a hook in this song, but when he has a
This
song...
was a much more
it's,
storytelling. Yeah.
right, it's usually got a good hook to it.
Just the right kind of catchy, not
Right.
too obnoxious.
And I will definitely say progression,
Mm-hmm.
even just for me. So, if anybody goes back and watches all of my old Dax Diss reactions,
Right.
I wasn't as impressed with Brenda, which was the name of his Dax Diss, as I was everyone else's Dax Diss.
Right.
I wasn't a big fan of Hi-Rez's flow on it, or his cadences. It felt really kind of drawn out and disjointed.
Okay.
And that was actually my first experience listening to Hi-Rez. So when I first listened to Rez, I was like, I mean, he's alright.
Right.
But it's like the more I hear from him, like he did a song not long ago where he's like, all right, I'm about to diss every rapper on YouTube. And he ended up complimenting every single one of them.
I remember that one.
Which I thought was absolutely ingenious.
Right.
The way he did that.
And it was funny.
He's known for, right now he's also gone kind of viral for being like that nerdy dude that raps in a car. He always dresses up super nerdy.
Yep, I love those.
For his Lyft
Yeah, I love
videos.
those.
And then they get in the
they
car
get
and he
blown
raps
away.
for them. And they're usually like, holy shit.
Sure, yeah, I kind of guess you can. And then, yeah, you see their faces. Is he really doing this? It's like, yeah.
So some cons. This won't be the first time you've heard this. I feel like he can be too friendly. Again, the only time I've heard him diss anybody was Dax.
Right.
And I think he might have even taken that song down. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But I feel like that can kind of hurt him in the same way that I feel like it can kind of hurt Crypt.
Right.
I feel like there's still got to be like an edge to you, like a I don't care what you fucking think kind of attitude.
For some of the more aggressive kind of, yeah.
I'm not saying you got to be an absolute douchebag.
Yeah, please don't be, because that would be a con.
Right. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I do feel like he can be too nice sometimes.
Right.
Now if he comes on this and react, like,
And he's like,
responds,
you guys are assholes.
and he's like, fuck you. I'm
We'll
gonna
be
know
like,
why.
good job. And
then the other con I got for him, not for me, but I can definitely understand how he can be very hit or miss for some people.
He ran.
How's it going, Ren? In a crowd so full of YouTube artists, I definitely feel he does stand out amongst them. Mm-hmm. It's just with so many different people out there for people to listen to, I don't feel like he has a sound that reaches out and grips people's attention.
Is just totally unique.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like it's a consumer's market right now, which, you know, for some of us is great. For others, it's just kind of like their amazing talent is going by the wayside because people are already swamped.
Now, please know he may get moved next week after this album.
Like we mentioned,
because I'm telling you now, that Rich track was. I mean, this is really good too.
It was amazing.
But that Rich track was off the fucking chain, and I was like, holy shit.
Right. We would have played that again. It had the feature in it, so it wasn't just an individual's work.
Right.
But yeah.
All right. So with that being said, why do I always go there? With that being said, we're actually going to put Hi-Rez at a high A.
Yep.
I don't feel like there is a
lower category.
Yeah. I feel like he honestly can fit in.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And I definitely, again, feel like he's on that verge of S, and I'm hoping
that this
album will help push him there, because I'm telling you now, the one song I've heard off this album, or the two songs I've heard that I know are on the album, which I'm pretty sure Survival and the song he did with Ritz are both on it,
are amazing.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I feel like I wish I was one of those people that got early copies of it when he was sending it out,
right.
But I didn't feel...
Yeah.
I didn't ask for it because I didn't feel I was in the right place of streaming to be able to do that.
Right.
Like, it's definitely... I can understand why he sends, like, the game streamers and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah. Hi-Rez, high A. Aha!
Nico, how on earth do you have favorites still? You follow so many.
Nico, I can't even take you seriously now. You still had not listened to a Grizzy Hendrix song until I played one for you today. I'm just saying.
You have let us down.
All right. Next up is Hopsin. I'm going to go ahead and rank him for you guys. And then we'll go through the normal stuff. He's an S for me. There's a reason Hopsin's one of the most popular artists on YouTube, let alone underground artists, period.
Right.
Call him corny if you want.
Say that he has a gimmick.
I love the shit he raps about.
Yeah.
I think he's funny. I love the fact that you can definitely see the Eminem influence on him. Eminem's his favorite artist,
right.
And you can tell. There is not one song I have ever heard Hopsin put out, and the dude's got like 4 albums out,
Right. He's.
as well as a bunch of independent just music
I was
and
gonna say
individual songs.
he's relatively prolific.
The dude has not disappointed me once. At all.
He's also one of the larger artists that we're ranking.
Right. He's one of
Period.
the biggest artists on this list. There might be one artist that's bigger than him,
Right.
which I
And-
think is next week.
And we're doing him specifically because of where he got his start.
Right. Oh, and like I said, it's an independent artist thing. I'm always letting Slash you down. No, we love you, Nico.
No.
I just give you a hard time. However, we're still going to play music for you. And again, Hopsin gets 2 tracks. Not because he's a huge fucking artist, because the other
No.
big artist isn't going to get to have this happen to him, but because one, again, EP did the remix too. We heard that as his song.
Right.
So I want to play you the original, and then I'm going to play you the other song that's not even really that long, and it's funny, and...
Hopsin, Ren. Hopsin.
Hopsin. Hopsin is also in my top 5 favorite artists.
Yep. See what happens when you leave?
So with that being said, we're going to play the first song, which is Ill Mind of Hopsin 5.
I love that you have to go down the list to find 5.
Right, because there's been so many of
Yeah.
them. Witch Doctor.
I called the witch doctor.
And this is what he said.
Ooh, ah, ah.
Ting tang. What I want to bing bing.
Ding, ding.
If you look really closely, though, Ren, we're to a point you can see who the other artist is now. And when you see their picture, if you look through the list when we go back to that screen, you'll be like, oh.
Oh.
All right, so this is Hopsin, Ill Mind of Hopsin 5, my favorite Hopsin song of all time. I love the message behind this song. And then, and what this means is, yes, this means in future, if people want us to continue doing this, we can include artists like Locksmith, Daylight.
We just didn't for most of it because they are larger.
Right. We tried to keep it to just minimum, like a couple larger artists, but this is an independent tier list. This isn't just YouTube. I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, I don't consider most of these guys YouTube rappers. I consider them independent artists.
And the reason that we did add in like Hopsin and Crook and so on just was kind of like a reference point. Oh, he's under King, isn't he? I thought it was under Crook. Never mind. But it wasn't going to be a surprise for long. But was kind of to show you the reference points.
What up, Jackson?
That we're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jackson.
All right, so this is Hopsin, Ill Mind of Hopsin 5. I hope y'all enjoy it. Handles! Bro, go back.
You are late for a very important date.
You were 2 artists previous to where we're at now, bro. So you'll want to go back. I played the song Black Matter. I don't know how far back, and like I said, it was 2 artists ago because we're on Hopsin now. Hi-Rez was in between you guys. So if you go back, you can still watch it then. If not, if you don't get it watched by the time the stream is over, it'll be either later tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, so this is Hopsin. Oh, thank you for coming by, though, bro.
Definitely glad to see you in here.
Yes. This is Hopsin, Ill Mind. Let's get it.
Man, I hate rap, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I become a freak of nature, all the kids stare. Who walk around bumping raw with the shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage. I'm embarrassed, and I'm ashamed I played a part in this devilish game, making your common sense perish. But I ain't taking the full blame, cause most of you chumps running around here ain't never had strict parents. All of your brain cells rotten from weed. You feeling like if you ain't got it, life's not as complete. You having sex with every motherfucking body you see, with a past so dark that Satan to jump out of his seat. But still you out in these streets thinking you hot as can be, without the knowledge to lead, so you just follow the sheep, making sure your lame swagger's all polished and clean, while your favorite rapper's like, yeah, he got it from me. You been brainwashed by a fake life that you used to live in. When I say the word fun, what do you envision? Probably drinking and smoking out with your crew and chilling with clueless women you tryna bang, bumping New Edition. Is that all you think life really is? Well, if so, then you're a fucking idiot. I honestly feel like grabbing your head and hitting it. Matter of fact, you don't even deserve a brain. Give me it! Do you even have any goals aside from bagging these hoes and packing the ball? Well, let me guess, no. You're only in school because your parents make you go, and all you do is play beer pong and hang out with the bros. Yo, society's got you living for a whack cause. You're a fucking adult with no skills at all. You don't read any books or play ball. You don't draw. You literally do nothing at all. Still you fiend for the glamorous fruits you don't have, cause you idolize rappers that do. And all they say is, I got money in the stack to the roof. And now you think that it's gonna magically just happen to you? How? Your lazy ass don't commit to labor. You pick something up, try it out, and put it down 2 minutes later. Then you complain about your life cause it ain't getting catered. Now whoever tries to call you on your bullshit's a hater? You wanna succeed, you have to try. Or one day you'll get older and regret it all cause you can't provide. Your friends are lowlifes, don't act surprised. Look, just cut the bad fruit off of the tree. Make the sacrifice. Girls, stop acting like you want a guy with traits like Romeo. Bitch, that's a fucking lie. You always talk about how every man's faking. You can't take it and you want something real. Shut up, tramp, save it. Twice a week you put on your makeup and damn bracelets and head to the club half naked with your ass shaking. Pulling the lowlife nigga who claim he cash make it till you let him hit and find out he work at the gas station. One of them niggas got you pregnant and you can't raise it. But you caused it. Your actions made a fat statement. You want Romeo to act patient and stop fronting like he in the club, posted in the back waiting. It's the club where guys put on a new persona after they get loaded with a few Coronas. They always shouting and wild out with habits that very few condone. Then they look for beautiful, brainless bitches like you to bone them. Then when they leave you, you cry and cry, talking about, oh my god, I can't find a guy. I've spent so many years and I've tried and tried. Why am I even on earth? I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy. You're cock-thirsty. You're nasty and probably got herpes. Sometimes the secret to find is to stop searching. Try a new formula cause your last one's not working. The term real niggas publicly used, and I need to know what it means, cause I'm fucking confused. Are you one for always busting your tool with nothing to lose and something to prove? The homies up in your crew? Is it because you selling drugs to get loot and brag about how you done been shot and stabbed like it's fun to be you? But your life's a struggle, right? And you just hustling through. Nah, you hamster ass nigga, you just stuck in the loop. Man, why do black people gotta be the only ones who can't evolve? Cause you in the streets acting like a Neanderthal. It's clear you can't stand the law. You lost is in the band and dog, and all you interested in is fighting, rapping, and basketball. I can't even fuck with you, cause if we out in public, you gon' get caught stealing some shit and get my ass in trouble too. You'll get old and be nothing. Living life in these streets, thugging and starting shit with anybody mean mugging. Look at you, a real nigga, thinking your life's cool. Girls used to turn me down for guys who were like you, till you grab their heart and shove a spearhead right through. Then they regret it because it wasn't the right move. Your real nigga talk seems bogus. A real nigga don't brag about being real as long as he knows it. And his future doesn't seem hopeless. A real nigga stays out of jail, handles shit and he keeps focused. To all you rappers who soul is out in the wrong, you inspire the issue I wrote about in this song. You go to pile on the young who roam around in the slums. See, this is what happens when rap's overcrowded with bums. Hope the hour is long when I'm rolling out with your tongue. The man above is my guide, you know the power is strong. All you minutes and freaks are only in it for cheese, and the mass control limit was breached. Fuck hip-hop. They only in it for cheese, and any eyewitness can see they purposely making the innocent weak. My existence on this planet's for you. I ain't only here to benefit me. Yo, we need to make a change while there's still time. It is hard, and sometimes I struggle trying to reveal mine. I can guide you if you feel blind. I just need you to be willing to journey into my ill mind.
I definitely enjoy that one.
Fucking great song. And by the way, Ren, I 100% agree with you.
Yep.
Ill Mind 6 is actually one of my favorites. It was actually hard for me to choose whether to play this one or 6. But I went with this one because I feel like it was more universal and palpable for people. But yeah, love this song. And by the way, I told y'all we were going to play 2 because this is the other one I really wanted to do. And most of y'all are going to laugh because it's not a song meant to be serious at all.
When he showed this one to me months ago,
I would say it's a very short song.
I cried. I was laughing so hard.
All right, and this is Hopsin with no words as his.
Oh no, he was just saying he agreed with you, Ren.
This is no words. This is as his alternate persona, Hash Brown. Oh, hold on. We got to turn on the closed caption. And we got to change the screen so you guys can actually see
The closed captioning.
the closed captioning. All right. Let's peep this.
Man, rap today fucking sucks bad. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. These fools ain't spitting no type of dope shit. But that's not even the
Freeman.
bad part. They're not even saying
Oh no,
words.
Freeman's
Yeah,
like,
this is
what?
great.
Hard-ass fucking beat to trick dumbasses like you to make you think you like the shit. Play that fucking beat. We got some real fucking mentally retarded rappers in the game. I know for a fact nobody know what the fuck these dudes be saying. Wait, turn my reverb and my auto-tune on real quick. This what the fuck they be doing.
Ah!
Yeah, shout out that money. I put it on money, I mean it, nigga, my dollar. I roll in the city, my nigga, you got me shit, man, that shit on my mama. Drumming them niggas, getting the money, to put it on
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Doctor, he looked at my dick and he said, I have
Got
rabies.
rabies. I got it, bitch.
Now watch these dumbasses be like,
Hey, that shit was hard though, bruh. Awesome, real shit's the only mumble rap I like. Because of how stupid it is.
Yeah, Freeman, just the fact that he was able to parody it is amazing.
Yeah.
And that Hakuna Matata line is the one that kills me.
Hakuna Matata. He looked at my dick and he said, I have rabies.
It really is, right?
It beats hard though. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that's actually the only reason you get 2 songs from him.
So that we can have a giggle.
Lurk from this, right?
That's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the night.
Hakuna
You're a
Matata.
fucking ass.
Anyways, so even though we'd already put him at S, I was going to go over some pros and cons for Hopsin, because I do feel like he has a couple cons to him. First off, pros. I feel like he does have good wordplay, great cadence when he raps. He sounds clear. You can understand what he's saying, other than in no words.
He enunciates well.
Where he's not supposed to be
It's
understood.
a parody, yes. And you know what? He wrote out the lyrics for the closed captioning.
That is also true.
So even then, he could not escape his lyricism.
And something else I could definitely say about Hopsin, he is, you know how when we talk about wishing artists were able to really show their emotion when they rap,
when they
he's
emote.
actually really good at doing it.
He's one of the best.
If he's mad, you could tell he's angry.
Right.
If he's sad, you can hear the pain in his voice when he's rapping. Dude is just so good at conveying that emotion,
Right.
which is why I do have him up at the S tier. I feel like if he didn't have that, he would have been at A.
I feel like so many people are good at absolutely everything else, but they lock down after writing what they've written. And so when it comes to recording or lives or concerts or whatever, they lock it in so that they don't break down what they're doing, or so that they don't get so amped up on anger, whatever the emotion is.
Right.
Whereas he uses it. He feeds it into the music. And that's one of the hardest things to do as a musician in general.
And call him corny if you want. There's not a rapper on YouTube in the industry that isn't. I'm sorry,
Everybody's got a gimmick.
but every double, triple entendre is pretty much corny. It's a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
Hate it or love it.
Yeah.
that is what hip hop is nowadays, with double entendres, triple entendres, like. And I've been saying this for a long time. One person's bad dad joke is another person's rap bar.
Right.
That's what hip hop is.
And
rap.
it could be a really intelligent dad joke.
Right.
It's a joke. It could be a very serious one, but it's still meant to make you go, oh wait, caught it.
Right.
So, I don't know that corny would be the word I would use. It is the one that's bandied about a whole bunch.
That's why I put corny in quotes.
Yeah, in quotes,
corny.
because so many people use that word. But yeah, I get what they're saying.
Some cons with him. I definitely think he could work on his hook game. I think that is the thing he is worst at in his entire repertoire of music.
Right.
Is his hooks aren't hardly ever that great.
Again, it doesn't make or break an artist entirely, but it would help.
If he wasn't as good a lyricist as he is, it would hurt him.
Exactly, Ren. Exactly. It's about the joke part of it, not the...
Right.
Yeah.
And then lastly, this is more of a personality negative. Dude has a hard time staying motivated. So, you haven't been following him as long as I have. He signed to Eazy-E's ex-wife's record label.
Okay.
Which was Eazy's record label at one time. It was Ruthless Records.
Right.
They didn't promote him. He left, which, cool.
Yeah,
needed to get away from that situation. Then he got to Funk Volume. About 3/4 of the way through his time in Funk Volume, he actually quit rapping.
Okay.
That's when he started going through everything with his girlfriend that was out in Australia.
Right.
He actually was pretty much planning on quitting rapping and being
Right.
done with it. But then he came back. Now, he came back in a very hilarious way. The skit he did with Jaron Benton was great because they mimicked... Did you ever see... Dumb? I don't remember if it was Dumb and Dumber or Dumber and Dumberer, but it was the one that also had... It was the newest one that had Jim Carrey in it.
I didn't see that.
There's a part where like they're older, and one of them's sitting in a chair, and I want to say it's Jim Carrey's character, and his buddy comes in because he's at like a nursing home, and the other guy comes up, he's like, dude, we got things we got to do, you got to come with me, and he's like, no, and like he just stared off into space and wouldn't say nothing, and then finally he jumps up out of his seat, he's like, I got you, he's like, it's been a joke, let's get out of here, let's go, and like it was a joke that apparently he'd been playing on his best friend for like 20 years.
Oh God. And they parodied that to bring it back. Thank you, Handlez. We really appreciate that.
And I really, again, dude, love the Black Matter album. Hands down, one of my favorite albums I've heard in the last year. I know it didn't come out this year. I actually thought it did when I was listening to it. And then when I went and looked at the date, I seen it was 2019. And I was like, shit.
Looking forward to going through it myself. He did it when he was at work last night because he's rotten like that.
You gotta remember, we're 30 seconds behind Nika.
Well, and he was in the middle of his monologue.
Yes.
You gotta leave him alone or he loses his train of thought.
No, not always. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. And I'm trying to honestly just be honest with a lot of these artists, and
of course, it's always subjective.
Yeah, it's always music is subjective,
and
I can give advice, and it could be bad advice, honestly.
Yeah.
So he disappeared. He came back, and then everything happened with Funk Volume, and he started down his path when he started his new label up, which is I don't remember what the name of it is right off the top of my head because I'm terrible at remembering all this shit.
Wow, yeah, names.
But he went on and started doing stuff on there, and then he disappeared again for 6 months.
Right.
Because again, he was having a hard internal conflict. He didn't even know if he wanted to rap anymore. That's why he's in like Africa, Cambodia, wherever the hell he's at. I don't remember where he went.
It was Cambodia? It was not Africa. I know we got that part wrong.
Right, I just don't remember where he went or where he's at now.
I think it was Cambodia. But he was soul searching, which again I understand because he has been pretty transparent about depression and so on and so forth.
Undercover prodigy. Thank you.
There we go. We keep you around for something, Ren. The gifts mostly, but much to his dismay and amusement.
Thailand. That's where he's at. Thank you. Because again, I couldn't remember. Not America. He's not in America. We're not good outside of America. Except for she might have, like, Europe down.
I'm not that great with, like, maybe the Western regions.
Is it Western or Far East?
That Africa.
I mean, no matter what, if we go west, we're eventually going to hit east.
Go west, young man.
The world is round, y'all.
Let the devils go east.
Whatever.
There is that upbringing, y'all. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie.
All right. So we're now halfway through this list.
Yes.
Kind of. Woot.
Kinda.
We're halfway through the new list.
Today's list.
Yeah.
Today's list. Specifics.
I'm just saying.
I will point out before we move on, everyone that saw Handlez come in here, everyone who listened to him, all of these guys, go sub to, like.
Yes.
Give them the views if you've enjoyed their stuff, which is why we are trying to play at least one track from each person.
Exactly. All right. Next up is Hunnid Dolla. This is going to be an artist so many of you guys are not going to know who the fuck it is unless you know who Massive Man is.
Right.
So Massive Man kind of has this group.
His core group.
And it's a core group of people he does music with. And it's Massive Man, Massetti, who Massetti's the second biggest one.
Right.
And then
J Corr.
J Corr, Hunnid Dolla. He also does stuff with Harry Mack, Analyst, which Analyst is also very well known at this point.
Right.
So it's like this little core group of people that all get together and are always doing music together. I love this core group of people.
If you haven't seen their quarantine
cipher,
cipher is so funny and so good. That's what we wanted, Ren.
Yes.
Introduce new people to new artists.
But no, so you're actually going to get two of them on this one because both not Handlez. No, she
We're
just said
still
something
stuck.
Handlez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's is going to happen a lot. Both Hunnid Dolla and J Corr are on this week's list.
Okay. All right.
And then eventually Massive Man and Massetti are going to be in the same one as well, back to back.
Alphabetical, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. It works that way.
I will say these are the lesser two known that are
Yep.
on today's, so I'm kind of glad we're going to be able to help expose them a little bit, even if it's only to like 6 to 20 people,
Right.
depending on who all watches. But I definitely enjoy
All of them. In
all
the
of
core
them.
group, yeah.
Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for the
Aw,
donation.
thank
I
you.
don't know what ISK is, but thank you for the donation. We appreciate you. Yes,
Icelandic currency.
true. I will say, if you guys had not noticed, we do now have.
He fixed the donations.
I fixed the donation thing, so we have an actual donation button.
And ding.
Yeah, it was loud. We have an actual donation button now,
Yes.
and yeah.
Jeff, if that is someone that you would want us to rank after we're done with all 66 on our list, keep it to the side and bring it up afterwards.
I did forget about Real Young Swag, but then again, I've only heard one song.
Right.
Real Young Swag is on, so I don't even really.
But Jeff, I thought it was something close to that. I was close. I got the first two.
Says it's about $5.
Thank you.
But we appreciate it regardless.
But yeah, if anyone thinks that we're missing someone, write it down, keep it to the side, and don't tell us until after we're done, because we're, we got 66 people to get through first.
All right. So this is Hunnid Dolla. I really hope you guys enjoy him. Again, I love this group of people. Massive Man is my favorite artist on YouTube. So I also have a lot of respect for the people under him. And well, I hope y'all enjoy it. I just hope y'all fucking enjoy it. This is Oh no, I get you, Jeff. I haven't listened to much Real Young Swag. I think I've only heard the one.
That might be the one that we've heard, or the Massive Man.
He's Real Young Swag is the guy, if I remember correctly, that is on Fallen Angel Part 2.
You might be right about that. I thought he was on one other that it wasn't Massive Man's track. It
Oh
was,
yeah, he is. He's
and I
like they're all over the
forget
place.
who it was, but yeah.
All right. So with that being said, Hunnid Dolla, great. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Oh. Ow.
I just wanna be a great like Tupac and Biggie. Not your average white rapper, I'm like Lil Dicky. I ain't rich, but when I am, I bet they try and get me. Like I love all of your music, man, it really hit me. Where were y'all at when I was dead broke? They told me Lil Guppy swim, but I can't float. I used to smoke hella weed, but now I can't smoke. And if you make one mistake, then you can't vote. Like what the fuck? I be on that other way of life. Bitch, I'm my own boss, but really I done paid the price. I told her she could come and fuck, but she can't stay the night. Cause I'm a PIMP, bitch. Get it right. A lot of people don't like me, I don't give a fuck. You was watching at the bottom, watch me live it up. And they can hate me all they want, cause I ain't giving up. They said that I ain't did shit, but bitch, I did enough. Now I just wanna be a great like Nipsey Hussle was. It's all money in, homie, just because. I pursue my dream in music, cause that's what we love. They follow you, cause what you got and not what he does. If I don't die as a king, what was the point of living? Different night, different place, plenty different women. Truth is they don't like me, cause I'm doing what they didn't. And if they say I ain't the greatest, who the fuck they kidding? Cause I'm the GOAT, I'm a lion, I'm a fucking shark. Private jet, private island, we just lifting off. They see we made it from the bottom and that piss them off. But I don't give a fuck, they can watch me get it off. Now you can hate me, you can love me, choice is up to you. We in the same building, but we just got different views. I'm confident, I'm not cocky, don't get it confused. I put my life into my music, that's just what I do. Now I be killing a verse, killing a hook. Girl of your dreams hit me up, but I ain't even look. And haters start to quiet down, I got them really shook. Cause all the knowledge I be kicking, I could write a book. Sometimes I feel like I'm alone and nobody cares. Sometimes I walk into my home and nobody's there. Sometimes I feel like we ain't grateful for the shit we got. I think that we should come together and just work it out. What would you do to be famous or to get rich? My mind is always on that money cause it makes sense. What would you do to drop an album with your favorite rapper? What would you do to go and party like nothing matters? And there's a very thin line between good and evil. I see the bad, but I also see the good in people. My life is just like a movie, you should see the sequel. Hello world, I fuck your girl, very nice to meet you. And they be thinking that it's funny, but this ain't a joke. They think that they be touching money, but they really broke. They feel like they be making moves when they really not. See, I done came a long way from the Marriott. I remember drinking water right up out the faucet. Now there's nothing but designer all up in my closet. I remember being humble every time I lost it. Now I'm laughing every time that I make a deposit. We be on that other shit like they ain't see us coming. They wasted energy to hate them, now they really love them. They ain't support you at your low, they don't deserve to hide. And I be speaking all facts, I ain't gotta lie. It's Hunnid. Hey yo, shout out to everybody supporting my dream. Instead of hating it, this shit for you. If you support me, I love you. If you hate me, it's fuck you.
I agree, Handles. The Dear Summer Flip.
Yeah, I do like Hunnid Dolla's delivery as well. Yeah, so that was great. The track, the name, the name. What up, Gats?
Not Dax.
The song was not Dex.
You started it.
Inadvertently. Nah, so that was great by Hunnid Dolla. I actually listened to this entire album. It's actually a pretty decent album.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as some pros for him, the dude's actually pretty good at scheming, and his flow is actually very smooth. Now, and like this is how he sounds on a lot of tracks, which I feel like can also be a con. Again, I haven't heard anything from him that really sets him apart from other people,
Right.
or that really sets his tracks apart.
Right.
Which I feel is a negative. I feel like you got to be able to come with different flows, different sounds.
Something
and
that
I know he
labels you as
can.
completely unique.
Right, and I know he can because I've heard him on like the Quarantine Cypher and a couple songs Mass has been on, and things like that.
Right.
So I know he's capable of it, but for a full album to not really have the different flows and
Right.
I just feel like that can be a
He has
negative.
a very chill, kind of laid back style naturally. So, yeah.
Another con, this is not his fault, but I feel like he's going to be stuck for a long time in Massive Man's shadow. That's a big shadow.
Yeah.
Mass is a huge dude. That's not a fat joke by any means. Dude's like 6 foot fucking
He's
6'1" or 6'2", like 300, 400 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
dude is massive. His name being Massive Man is a play on words in and of itself.
Yeah. He's making his own jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that's Hunnid's fault,
Right.
because Mass has just grown so much in popularity
Right.
that
A lot
they're
of it's his messages,
him-
how deep they are.
him and a lot of the others are going to get that D12 treatment, and that, hey, we love Mass and the people he rolls with.
Right. Right. They're going to be the sidebar. Yeah, and again, you know, I'm so glad when artists band together and can be friends and peers and help each other along, elevate each other, you know, probably help work through bars or writer's block, or, hey, check out this, does the music sound right with it? All of that is great, but there's always going to be somebody that takes off, and it's never going to be, well, I'm not going to say never. It won't always be like Hunnid Dolla's fault. It's not his that he didn't have that song that took off, or
Right.
his tracks aren't about depression and therefore didn't reach out and grab you like Massive Man's. But again, he's going to be lumped in with he's one of Massive Man's.
This isn't the
Yeah.
first time you'll hear this conversation tonight.
Well,
That's a preview for
Like-
J Corr.
we're warning you. Yeah.
And again, what's up, Athena? Welcome,
Hey,
sis.
Athena.
Glad to see you here. But yeah, so, and I really do enjoy $100 music, personally.
Oh, And separately.
And separately
Yeah.
from Massive Man. And again, that's not Mass's fault. It's not his fault, in terms of being in that shadow. And the
Right.
thing, too, is Mass doesn't necessarily even want that to happen. If anything, I know Mass,
He promotes
he wants
his friends.
friends to be as big as he is.
He wants them to succeed.
He's actually been trying to get a bunch of people to go and sub to Hunnid Dolla.
Hear that,
Massetti.
people? Like I
So-
said before, sub, like, doesn't hurt you, definitely helps them.
Right. But over and above all, I got Hunnid Dolla.
And just on that note, Athena and EP and Gatsby are also in here. So,
Yeah, as well as Handlez.
well, I pointed him out solo earlier. So
Right.
I'm just saying those are 3 people that aren't on our list tonight.
And again, I'm just saying, Athena's got a verse from your boy.
And Athena
got-
needs to hit me back in my Twitter DMs. Jackson Pierce, who is also here tonight and will be
Yes.
tiered in just a little bit. So all of those people, go sub, go like. Again, it doesn't hurt you, and it definitely helps them.
Most definitely. So with that being said, I've got Hunnid Dolla at a mid B. Yeah, mid B. I think his
see
flow.
that.
I think his flow does stand him out enough to be able to, for people to
Start noticing,
gravitating toward him. He just needs that one song that
right,
is going to make people go, "Oh shit!"
and maybe switch up his flow a bit in terms of his albums, because obviously, like we said, he has demonstrated the ability. But of course, Jackson. So
Oh, no
it
problem,
would just
homie.
be nice if he did it more frequently.
Right. Next up is the homie is.
Inside. All right.
So for those of you that don't know,
It's fine, I think.
Hey. For those of you that don't know, is like family to those of us that have been in Vibe. We have all known Is for a long time. Is a very unique artist. He straddles the line of horrorcore and just regular hip hop, and he merges it very well together. Where sometimes he'll go into a horrorcore scheme,
Right.
but then he'll flip it back out and be
And
all
it's
about rapping
still
about
in it,
wrestling or whatever.
All right.
I love Is. And dude's been through a lot of shit. He finally did his name change on Twitter. Now, what's funny is the whole getting rid of the Is and just being Apocalypse is something he's been toying around with the idea for about a year now.
Okay. So he finally did it.
So he finally did it, at least in Twitter. I don't know if he's going
Right.
to do it in YouTube yet or not.
which is kind of funny since we're doing this all alphabetically.
Right. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Timing.
Since we've already done the A's is getting dropped off the list. We're moving
Yeah.
on. No, I'm kidding. No, I got a lot of love for Iz. I could definitely I will say he reacts to SML, which I don't like.
Okay.
SML's that puppet show that.
Oh, I hate that. I didn't even know what it was called, guys. I just know that one of the kids here watches it pretty religiously, and it's obnoxious.
He should
as
not be
fuck.
watching it.
Yeah, but he's not my kid, so I don't get a say.
Now, with that being said, we are checking out one of his newer songs that we have done a reaction for. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this track. This is the Funhouse. It will be the Funhouse. If we get through the ads.
Nah. Good luck. There's no skip this ad.
In 5 minutes, you can skip this ad.
I wish.
No, we want it sooner than that. That's 5 minutes. All right. So this is izApacalypse, or Apocalypse. I don't know if he's actually done the full name change everywhere yet. But I hope y'all enjoy. This is the Funhouse. Let's get it. One more time with the actual sound unmuted. Jesus Christ.
Everyone thug life till a pop kill the scene. All the odds against me, I got knowledge and even back when I was way more poppin' than a remix. Ain't nobody let they gums pop less they mean it. Some hands are up to acknowledge my legion, others cause they too scared now that I got them reaching for Jesus. The platform said Luke gun, but I could've sworn to God got him a job, now he's on Total Divas. Some of you niggas should join and support him. I'm way too real, plus I live and breathe poison. I get the point, but I warn you, mine's boiling. They hiss when they hugging, that's when they start coiling. Hair standing up, give them goosebumps and chills. Hate me for what I've done, get out your feels. I'm Batman, it's Gotham. If y'all got a problem, come see me with the hands or go see Dr. Phil. The creature behind every word, every symbol. Pray every day, but Lord knows I'm a sinner. This is my funhouse, I dare you to enter. When I unleash the beast within, that's when they tremor. They mask it with glitter, but not all is gold. I'm a family guy, but that don't mean I will cheer for the average Joe. I'm the bump in the night, bitch, I'm back on the road. Y'all don't want smoke, no.
Okay.
Immortal I be, war's my peace. Y'all don't want smoke, no. You don't wanna lose your soul, no. You don't want me losing control, no. Trust me, please, this ain't no bid. If you want, so please just go. If you don't wanna cry no more or die no more, you oughta just leave me alone. Just let me be to myself. I gave the world my help. It gave me back pure hell, so just leave me alone. Let the story speak for itself. Can't tell no one how I truly feel, so I tell who asking I'm well. Truth is I don't know half the impeccable time I kill how I'm feeling. I just jump to the next victim I find appealing. Unlike you, I had to really grind to get it, while someone's born with a silver spoon inside their systems. Can't hide from this one. It's hard to believe your life a movie when you live like a sitcom. When it comes to the industry, I'm an enigma. Someone used to be my enemies, wanna be friends, but I stopped talking to the dead a long time ago. First time I learned to do that, I was 5 years old. N64 used to play Super Mario. Now I delete niggas, word I'm at Hardy though. Me and my team all elite, fuck you mean? We gon' curb stop the game, let them play, watch them bleed off the bench. Now it's me, fuck a rebound, I beast through your army. Make them all have a Derrick Rose knee. In honor of Kobe, you won't be forgotten. Father, forgive me for my soul is rotten. You don't run the game, bitch, run me your pockets. We don't relate, I got nothing in common. We both about cheese, but the difference what we is I double up the Swiss, give the beast, build my cottage. You think you a monster to you 6 feet under, a rat to the fatter for chatter, but y'all don't want smoke, no. Immortal I be, war's my peace. Y'all don't want smoke, no. You don't wanna lose your soul, no. You don't want me losing control, no. Trust me, please, this ain't no bid. If you want, so please just go. If you don't wanna cry no more or die no more, you oughta just leave me alone. Just let me be to myself. I gave the world my help. It gave me back pure hell, so just leave me alone. Let the story speak for itself. Can't tell no one how I truly feel, so I tell who asking I'm well.
I like that song. I listened to it about 4 times in a row last night.
I like the horrorcore references dropped in there.
So yeah, that was
They make me giggle.
izApacalypse with the Funhouse. So as far as some pros go with Apocalypse, what the fuck am I doing? Not what I want to be doing.
We never know. That's the beauty of you, baby.
It's like trying to find how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. The world may never know.
Crunch.
Exactly. Of 1, 2, 3.
All right, Hooters. Stop it.
3. Anyways. So, some pros I got for izApacalypse. First off, dude has a hella unique sound.
Yeah. If you hadn't pointed out how unique, even just his voice.
His voice alone it stands out.
You're
amongst
like, and
everyone.
that's his?
When he raps, you know it's him.
Right.
Hands down. His bars and his flow switching, like he flow switches better than a lot of these people that have been doing this for a long time.
Yep.
And the bars he uses, again, he'll dip into horrorcore, and it's like he just dips his toes in it, and he jumps back out, and he's back into just rapping.
Like, no, just
but
kidding.
then all of a sudden, he'll off a dude's head, he'll go fucking full blown into horrorcore for
like,
about
where'd
3
it
or 4
go?
bars,
Yep.
and then he'll back out again. And so, like, yeah, he straddles that line. He's in and out of it, and
But that means that he's got fans on both sides and that
Right.
meet him in the middle. You don't have to be a hardcore horrorcore fan in order to enjoy his music.
right.
And then there are those of us that just laugh with the horrorcore parts.
So then next up, his pop culture references that he uses in and out of his raps are
Also, very good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He's so good at pulling from so many different avenues, whether, again, it's like wrestling,
Right.
shows, other music.
And I'd say as much as I truly appreciate nerdcore, his is so diverse that he doesn't even classify as nerdcore because they're from everywhere.
Right.
So again, you don't have to be or consider yourself a nerd or a fan of nerdish things to appreciate him.
Right. The dips and over.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
Handles.
his delivery of a lot of the horrorcore is bouncy, which is what probably makes me giggle so hard. I'm like, he's so happy about it.
So as far as some cons I got for him, again, not really a huge con so much as it's more of probably a necessity for him, is the whole dealing with the name change. Doing something like that can definitely set artists back. I mean, look what it's done for
Establish your brand,
look what it's
yeah.
done for Athena, who had to change her name back from when she was Snow White to Athena because of contract issues and things like that.
But even if you look at some of the bigger ones, like King Crook, like I lost track of him.
Oh, and don't worry, Hallmark, we've got you in a couple weeks.
We're looking at you, Gmail. But yeah, I mean, like, I loved Crooked Eye, and then I lost track of him because
He changed his name.
brand issues. And it's not necessarily their fault. Athena's was not her fault.
No.
Several others have not been, but it does make fans lose track of you. So
Right.
there is that.
So then after that, I've got, while it's getting better, I still feel like his production needs a little work. I don't know if it's so much, again, I'm not a producer, so I don't know what all goes into it as far as highs, lows, and mids.
Couldn't
and
break it down
balancing
exactly.
things out. So I don't know exactly where the work needs to be done, other than it still feels like sometimes when he's rapping, it sounds like he's in a box,
Right, you still get a bit of echo.
which kind of stands out in the beat, and I mean that in like in an actual bad way. Like,
Right.
I don't know, it just doesn't seem like his voice and the beat itself are even. He kind of sounds like he's in a box when he raps, and I don't
It's not
know.
all the time, and it's not like
Right.
super pointed. It's nothing that's gonna like make you stop listening to it.
No,
but
not at
again,
all.
it's just a slight production problem.
Now, I will say his production now is better than it was 6 months ago. So Trunk Beats, who I'm guessing is also producing his actual music,
It's helping a lot.
is definitely helping a lot, and I definitely see that I hope at least an upward trend in terms of that getting better.
Right.
And lastly, this is going to be the biggest hit on him, and I don't know if I don't even know what goes into doing this either. This is another part of on like the business side. None of his music's on Spotify. None of it. The only thing he's on Spotify is a track he's featured with for somebody else, with like Dwayne and someone else.
Which means for any avid Spotify listeners that get hit with the "you might also like," he won't be on that list.
Right. And it's also hard to listen to his music. So I mean, so many of us, it's so much easier to like plug in our phones to our stereos or whatever, go to Spotify, hit play, and then you can listen to music. Then...
And YouTube will eat up your phone.
Right, YouTube eats up the life of
way.
your phone, and if that's the only way you can listen, then it's going to make it hard for people to be able to just listen while passing by.
And a lot of us just fans don't want to pay for the YouTube version where you can close your phone down and actually listen to it like streaming radio.
Right.
Versus keep it open and watch the video.
So with that being said, I currently have...
I agree, Nico. We definitely agree. We're just, it's the pros and cons list. I believe it handles. I have seen some of the price tags on this stuff, and it is ridiculous if you're not fully capable of doing it yourself, which I would not be. I will openly admit that I may be able to write the poetry. I may even be able to write the hook, which is not a given. But the rest of it, I couldn't do.
Oh yeah, Iz is super young. He definitely has that for me. I think he's 25, actually. 24. No, that was Handlez. Who's probably 26 now. Yeah, I think he's only 19.
Oh yeah, he's a problem.
Oh yeah, he's definitely only going to get better.
Yeah.
Dude is crazy on the mic, hands down. Again, I just feel like production and then also getting his music out there
Right.
is his next actual step. Had he had one of those two, like great production, no Spotify, or at least have stuff on Spotify and still at the production he's at,
Right.
I could easily have him high B, low A, maybe even mid A.
Right.
But until those things start
One
to
or
happen
the
for
other,
him,
yeah.
That's where I got him at. Now,
21-ish.
yes.
I like the ish. Ren, can we even calculate age if it's under 30 anymore? Like, because I feel like I've lost that ability. I feel old. I'm like, wait. Yeah, well, if he's under 30, he's still a baby, right?
Right. Let's see. I was going to switch to the other screen again because I haven't done that in a while, and I meant to keep us there for most of it.
And honestly, the younger, the more impressive.
Right.
So, I mean, again, it's not a knock on him. We expect that he'll only get better. And some of those things, like Handlez pointed out, are definitely monetary. And that is a problem for a lot of artists.
So the Jackson Pierce song, who is up that we were going to check out,
See, Nico?
is the one we just listened to on our live stream.
Yep.
Because
Jackson,
both of us,
it blew us away.
Both of us had said this is the best song we've heard from you when we listened to it. This is "Send Me to My Grave." Are you ready, Jackson? You've been waiting so patiently, brother. Are you ready for this? Do, 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 do.
Exactly, Ren.
But yeah, so next up, Jackson Pierce. This is "Send Me to My Grave." We really like this fucking
And
song.
we've reacted to a lot of Jackson stuff, a lot of his newer stuff, and this was requested on our last live stream.
And we'd never heard it at that point.
We hadn't heard it, and it blew us away.
Exactly. So this is, again, Jackson Pierce, "Send Me to My Grave." I hope y'all enjoy. He said definitely wasn't expecting this.
Surprise!
Send me to my grave. Send me to my grave. Yes, yes, yes.
to get clean and sober. I don't know who the fuck I've been. I don't know where the fuck I was. Fucked up on sex and drugs. Some are thinking I was in love. I'm in a tunnel and I can't get out. It's dark and I'm having doubt. The monster in the mirror ain't me. He scares the living shit out of me. I fucked up and ended up in jail. And now it's time to escape this hell. Speed sent me to be a slave. Thank God she didn't send me to my grave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Yes, yes, yes. I gotta be me.
Look at the animal I've become. An asshole to the girl I love. Forgetting my own moral code. Stuck in manipulation mode. Addicted to sex and drugs. Stuck in a codependent love. Sick and infatuated to this high. Craving a taste of that devil's pie. And now I'm smoking on a cigarette. It's full of hatred and regret. The first song I wrote sober. I hope it's giving me some closure. And music is my rehab. Reciting every single thought I have. Speed sent me to be a slave. Thank God she didn't send me to my grave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Yes, yes, yes. I gotta be me.
Puppy!
It's a dog.
They say time heals everything. No more methamphetamine. Everything they say is true. It will take everything from you. You cheat and lie just to get by. Just to find that one more high. Speed sent me to be a slave. Thank God she didn't send me to my grave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Send me to my grave.
Send me to be a slave.
Yes, yes, yes. I gotta be me.
Yeah.
Puppy.
Puppy!
Well, I'd love to hear the new mix of it with Aluna.
I didn't know there was a newer mix of it.
Although, I will point out one of the things that we really like about this one is you singing on the hook.
Yes.
I mean, you do sing, but it's the bluesy jazz vibes that you caught. The whole stomp and clap type music fits that growly kind of sound that you have when you sing. So,
Right. So, going into prose, again, has a very unique voice.
yep.
And I absolutely love it. And especially when he gets on that bluesy rock rap or countryish rock
Right.
rap vibe. I really feel like that is where
He
Jackson
shines.
Pierce shines.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yep.
And it kind of leads into a con. Do not get me wrong, the dude can rap as well, but I feel like he tries to force himself into what would be considered like a normal rap when it's songs like this, again, that blues, rock, rap
Right.
vibe that I really do feel like Jackson does his best at.
It fits the gravel in his voice.
Right.
It fits the slower cadence, which he seems just, I don't know, his voice just fits so perfectly. Yeah.
Right. And again, like I said, Jackson, we still absolutely love your actual regular rap
Yeah.
type stuff too. I just feel like, again, this is where you stand out the most to us. He's also really good at putting bars together,
Yes.
which he's gotten better at, hands down.
Oh yeah.
Because early on, I remember us saying that was one of the things we would want to see him work
We're
on.
kind of waiting for. Yeah.
And he's actually been getting a lot better at it.
Oh yeah. Some of his recent stuff has had us
Right.
rolling. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like, he had it was a song he had done not too long after the Suck Your Mom challenge. Where he was, because in the Suck Your Mom challenge, he used a lot of Eminem song references.
Right.
As his bars.
Right. I remember.
And
that.
then he went on from there to do, I don't remember the name of the song, but it was the one we listened to within the last month or two, where he's pulling all the references from like movies and things.
Okay. Yeah.
Like his construction
help us.
of putting bars together is actually getting a lot better, and I can't wait to see even that elevate
The
some
progression.
more.
Yeah.
And then I would say his other con, if I had to give him one, is again something that is getting better, hands down. Do not get me wrong. Still some work on the music production side of things.
Right.
Again, this is an older song.
And don't when it rains. Thank you.
When it rains, thank you.
Don't get us wrong. When we're saying rock blues, we're not saying don't rap. We're saying we like you in this bag. where you're
Even
doing
rap
both.
within this bag.
Yeah, it's kind of a singy rap, but it's
Right.
still yeah.
But yeah, music production. A prime example was the last song he'd come out with that we'd reacted to before this, that had Silent on it.
Right.
Where Silent was just like a half beat behind the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't know who mixed it.
I think he said that Silent's verse came late, and so
Right.
he had originally been the one that sang the hook, and then he put Silent on it instead.
Right.
But yeah,
But
so
just
there's
little things
minor
like
little
that.
technicalities like that. Yeah.
But his production, like I said, has gotten quite a bit better over the last, year we've listened to him?
Yeah.
Or so. And yeah, I'm super excited to see where Jackson goes. With that being said, as of right now...
I would also say the diversity, like he's very good at storytelling like he just did, which was a personal but still storytelling. And then obviously some of the stuff has been funnier.
Right.
So
So as of right now, I've got Jackson at a low B, but moving up.
yep.
Again, had this been 4 or 5 months sooner, I probably would have had him in C. But he's improving steadily. It's not just like, out of nowhere or anything like that. We've watched him grow, and again, moving up the list. I'm back. I had a dab and almost died. Didn't you do that yesterday?
You think you'd learn.
Jesus. But yeah, he's steadily growing, and
Right.
I could definitely see over the course of the next 6 months to a year being
Right.
high B, low A range, as long as he keeps improving in the ways that he is.
Well, and he said he's been mixing himself lately, so even if you keep at that and start developing like real confidence behind your own mixing
Right.
without finding an engineer, if that's something that you enjoy and would want to pursue. But yeah, it's every single time we've
Dabs
seen
are hard, bro.
improvement.
Dabs are not hard. Bam! Hit a dab on him, and I'm perfectly
And
fine.
he almost killed me. So somebody dies when a dab is done. Just don't.
There's your dad cornball joke of the day. Popcorny. It was popcorny. Hashtag popcorny. All right. We're down to the last artist on the list.
For tonight.
Kind of.
Kind of. Oh, that's right. We've got one in transition.
Yeah, we've got one artist in transition tonight, for those of you that don't know,
Yes.
which we are excited for. Straight up excited for. Damn sure. So next up is J Corr. The other artist on this list that is with Massive Man's little group.
Mm-hmm.
First time I heard him was on the she said somebody dies.
Look, even if you're not close to me and you dab, I get a little stabby, so you know.
Right.
It's just word to the wise.
Um.
Oh, we love you too, Jackson. And we definitely
yeah.
see you improving every single time, so it wouldn't be hard to do.
Exactly. And again, but guys, today's proof. You can move up or down.
While we're still doing this.
While we're still doing this. I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
We've still got, what, like 5 weeks? Something like that?
At the least.
Something like that.
At the least.
So, yeah.
So yeah, next up is J Corr. He's another one of Massive Man's groups of people. Again, he's getting... It's already a con. He's getting lumped into... He's with Massive Man.
Well, yeah. But it is also a pro that he runs with that group, so, you know.
Now, here's the thing. First time we heard J Corr was on the Quarantine Cypher. And he had
again, is amazing. Go check it out if you haven't.
And he has a bar in it that still to this day stands out to me.
It's the best one.
Where he says, "I'm killing that pussy, I'm so curious." Because curiosity killed the cat is the phrase that he's pulling that from. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably listened to that song and had no clue.
Right.
It went right over their fucking heads. But at the moment he said it, I paused and it was like, oh, because she wasn't in that reaction. She was laying down. I was like, oh my fucking God.
No, you were at work.
No. When I recorded the reaction.
Oh, when you recorded the reaction, okay.
She was laying down. And...
Yep. He turned around and he's like, babe, you missed it.
He actually ended up having my favorite verse in that cipher, funnily enough, considering Massive Man is my favorite artist on YouTube.
Right.
And
his was my favorite in the cipher, too.
But yeah, the actual J Corr song we're going to check out is the newest song he has out. We've reacted to it. This is going to this can be a turnoff to some people, but I hope you guys at least give it a shot and listen to the things he's got to say. The song is called Flex.
I gotta put my leg out, baby. It's going to sleep on me.
All good, baby. Very well shot together video. A lot of the guys that are in that group are with him in the video. They don't rap, but they're there.
Just as, extras. It's cute.
As soon as my computer figures out what it wants to do.
With life.
Alright, so yeah, this is...
His computer having an existential crisis, y'all.
Right? Yeah, sure. Just, jump right in there. This is, again, J Corr with the song Flex. I try not to, Freeman. That's my favorite part of listening to music, is trying to catch what people may say. And...
That's why we pause.
Right. But yeah, so this is J Corr Flex, and I really hope you guys enjoy the song. Again, we've reacted to this. I know this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea style-wise, but I still really enjoyed it.
Right.
And hopefully you do too. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Too real. Tryna pull up in that Lex, us. Shorty wanna sex us. Doctor say we next up, cause I just got my check up. Boy got bands like Backstreet, oh so low-key flashy. Outside where you catch me, flexing like an athlete. I'm up right now,
where you
in the
catch
cut
me.
like Bud right now. Buzzing, I'm the plug right now. She just wanna fuck right now. Told her, hold up, wait a minute. Cause money my priority. Shorty wants some surety, but I just wanna orally. You're boring me. On to the next. Ice my wrist and I'm on to the neck. Gotta be fresh. I fuck up a check. Nothing is fraud. I fuck with the best. You can see my sauce strip. I just pay myself back. I'm really on some bullshit. I just got that ooh-wee. Don't ask me what it cost me. Too real is what I stand for. That's why they can't stand me. Success is what I plan for. That's why there is no plan B. Money over everything, exception of my family. Yeah. Pull up and I flex, pull up and I flex, pull up and I flex, and I'm back in full effect. Yeah, I pull up and I flex, pull up and I flex, pull up and I flex. Turn your wifey to my next ex, they hate it, I love it, they hate it, I love it. I can hear you talking if the money ain't the subject, yeah, they hate it, I love it, they hate it, I love it. I ain't ignorant. American opinions don't mean nothing. I'm 25 and 45, trying to retire by 45. Have some kids like 4 or 5 and put my fam in foreign rides, but that can't happen if I'm slacking. Different hustles, mix and match and living legend, live in action. Always grinding, no relaxing. Yeah, it's like that. Don't care if you don't like that. They take my swag and bite that, but I can't lie, I like that. That's real shit. You heard of us? The mix and match, the murderers. Them take your girl like burglars. 2 real team, don't burden us. We all know though we up and down, so high that we ain't coming down. 401, I rep my time like Little Rhodey Westerly. Killing competition, like please don't rest in peace. This life is full of beauty, baby. Know that I'm a beast. Told her sorry, I ain't sorry. Honey, focus on my grinding until I can hear that Rari running. Pull up to the party in that. Did you see that Kari coming? Never on the borrow money. Working on my hustle for that buy a house tomorrow money. Pull up and I flex. Pull up and I flex. Pull up and I flex. And I'm back in full effect. Yeah, I pull up and I flex. Pull up and I flex. Pull up and I flex. Turn your wifey to my next ex. They hate it. I love it. They hate it. I love it. I can hear you talking if the money ain't the subject. Yeah, they hate it. I love it. They hate it. I love it. I ain't ignorant. American opinions don't mean nothing.
Be back in a second. Phone running away. Yeah. So that was J Corr. I really can't wait for him to put something
That
new
song still it makes me laugh every single
out. Massive Man, by the way, if you don't know who Massive Man is, he was the big dude.
That when he said beast.
That when he said beast, Massive Man came in the foreground and like, yeah, he's a monster of a fucking dude. Yeah. Flip screens, flip screens. All right. With that being said, so J Corr, as far as some pros go, dude's got a good flow, and he's got a
Well, thank you, Freeman.
right. J Corr has a very good flow, and he's really good at scheming with word and having wordplay. I mean,
Right.
again, he used some of the wordplay in this.
Oh, he definitely used some.
He's another one of those artists. He dabbles it around a little bit. He's not somebody that's going to be bar heavy. Not everything is going to be double meaning.
Right.
But he's going to slide them in there on you.
And a lot of them are fucking funny.
Yes.
You saw me laughing, and it wasn't at the antics. It was at what he was actually saying.
And I do feel like lyrically, amongst the rest, especially amongst the rest of the group within that set, he does stand out.
Yeah.
Let's get into the cons. There's a reason. Again, we're not going to go over it in depth like we did before with Hunnid Dolla, but he also gets stuck in that Massive Man shadow thing where Mass is the lead artist in that group of people. And they're not like a rap group, don't get me wrong, but that group of friends that do rap, everyone pretty much finds these people through Massive Man.
Right.
So he kind of gets stuck in that just like Hunnid Dolla does.
Right.
Now, here's the problem with J Corr. He doesn't have much of his own music. The dude has been doing this for 6 years, and he's got 7 videos on YouTube.
Right.
The first 2 or 3, or the first 2 are like kind of like freestyles. I'm pretty sure they were written, but they're kind of like freestyles where he's sitting at his computer and he's just rapping.
Right.
And then the next video he has is just his verse in a song that he's on with Mass and Mac Harrison.
Okay.
And then the last 2 songs, one of them, which I was actually debating on playing other than this, because I feel like it shows, I feel like it could show off more of his talent, but I just enjoy this one more. He has that one song and then this one.
Right.
And that's it from him. He also gets stuck dealing with being in a lot of features with everyone.
Right.
So the most you're going to find from J Corr is going to be on Massive Man's track, Mac Harrison's track, or somebody else's, unless he's got another place where he's plugging his music.
That we're unaware of.
that we're unaware of.
Right.
This is all I know in terms of where he's at
Right.
with what he's got out now. And with that being said, again, nothing really on Spotify. He's got one song. This is it.
Right.
So even his other song that he put out a year ago isn't on Spotify or any of the freestyle things. Now, again, the stuff he's featured in is on there.
Right.
But his stuff is not. So with that being said, I feel like the best I could do until he puts out more music, like a couple others, I got to put him in C.
Dude is just as talented as everybody else we have down at C, but without much of a catalog to go through. Yeah.
It's hard to boost him up.
It's one of those things.
Right. With that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the part of the show where we finally get to move somebody somewhere. We're going to play one of the songs that we've heard that did
since our
we've
tearing
tiered
of this
them.
person.
I don't remember what the name of the fucking song was. This is one I was like, what's the name of this?
Crap.
Where's my phone? Over there?
Yeah.
Whenever it decides to stop PMSing. How y'all doing while we waiting?
Yeah, I feel like your phone is far past PMS, baby. It's like hospice. We're talking end of life here.
Honestly, I could play any of these.
Right.
But I specifically want to play the one... Or, let's go to my library because it's in this playlist we created.
Y'all are awfully quiet.
End of life, what?
His phone. His phone is begging for hospice.
Yeah, my phone needs to be put on... It's already on life support.
It's POS.
Not what I wanted to do at all. Alright, so we're going to listen to this. This is Chase, and the track is called The Devil Still Visits Me Sometimes. This is probably my favorite song of the ones we heard today, and we heard all the new stuff
Right.
that's come out within the last week.
Yeah.
I think was on that list. So I want to play this song for you guys, and then tell you why we feel he's being moved to where he's being moved to.
And keep in mind, all of this music is from the last week. Yeah.
So, here is Chase with The Devil Still Visits Me Sometimes, featuring Juice, or Jace?
Juice.
Javis? I don't know. Let's go.
Devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head. The devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head.
Look, I said I'm speaking to the Baphomet. Had to let my misery whisper in my ear to fight the devil that would visit me. We manifest the son of serpents to a human form, wrapped around the tree of life, convincing us to lose the Lord, the Holy Father. Told me I'll need more than holy water to cleanse the soul that's so alone without a goal to prosper. Lost and broken on a road that led the leopard to. shepherd's herd, but I'm a sheep that's never getting loose.
Devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head. The devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head.
Look, these thoughts are trapped inside my head, and they see no escape. I fed the devil with my sins, I'm just as evil as fate. I try to change the way I am, that's a fatal mistake. Cause there's no place for who I am inside the heavenly gates. Shit, I've done evil things to people who I claim that I love, and I could never take it back, I'll just embrace where I'm from. A lost soul on his own, learn that hell is my home. Sometimes I think that I'll be better alone.
Maybe I'm better alone. Maybe I'm better alone. Maybe I'm better alone. The devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head. The devil still visits me sometimes. Sometimes I can't get these thoughts out my head. Don't abandon me no more. I'm scared to be alone, even though I've been alone for a long time. Don't abandon me no more. Maybe I'm better alone. Maybe I'm better alone. Maybe I'm better alone. Maybe I'm better alone.
So what kind of started this? Me and Chase were talking because he wanted me to check out a couple other songs that he put out, which were Mannequin and Schizo's Back, which we'd already done Schizo's Back. He didn't know that yet.
That was last week's live.
But we checked those two tracks out individually that Tuesday, and then we also checked out the Elijah Kyle song that had Chase on it,
Right.
and the dude's bars just absolutely blew us away, and that's the bar heavy stuff, right?
Right.
So then, even after listening to those songs, I even told her, I was like, I might want to move Chase where we have him on the list, but we still wanted to listen to some of his other stuff. So while we were out driving today, I made a playlist of like his last 7 to 8 songs, which means everything's basically come out the last week.
The last week.
Because he's on a 1 a day for this month.
Yep.
He's not always like this. Do not get it twisted. But we went through and listened to it, and the dude is so talented at being able to not just have bars and entertain you that way, but his storytelling or his hooks, personal tracks. There is nothing from Chase that we've heard
that sounds the same. And that we dislike.
Or that we dislike. The dude's always got a different sound with almost every song. The only time I've ever had a complaint with him was the very first song I ever heard him on, which was the song he did with Vin J, and I felt like he sounded too much like Vin J on that specific track.
Right.
But thankfully people told me to go back and listen to some of his other stuff, which is when I really started to become a fan of Chase's.
Right.
Sorry. But yeah, the dude is just so talented and has... I literally cannot think of any...
He's incredibly diverse.
I think one of the negatives we had was we talked about his hook game, if I remember correctly at first. Which so far this month, we haven't heard one bad hook in a song yet.
Nope. And all of them have different styles, different types of beats. I mean, he has definitely shown us diversity as well as quality. He hasn't lost it. In fact, he's gained quality.
Exactly.
Even with the quantity that he's dropped in this last month.
So we're actually taking Chase and moving him up to S tier. That is the first ever tier change within
this particular stream.
This particular setup. Period. The series.
Oh, okay. Hopefully not the last, but, you know.
Oh, it won't be the last. I'm sure Dax will put something out that makes me not like him anymore.
Jackson,
I'm
that
kidding.
would be amazing.
I'm kidding.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to see you work with Chase sometime, Jackson. And that is how we stand today.
Hey, AJ.
What up, AJ? You came
Tuning
right at the
in
very end.
just as we're about to say goodnight.
Just in time. So now this is the setup we've got so far, and guys, if you look down this list, we've still got almost 2.5 rows of people. You guys are probably wondering, where are all the women at? All of them want to have fucked up names
That are spelled straight.
that
That's
are
what it
spelled
means. They're not spelled correctly.
so crazily that they're like in the X's and L's and Z's and shit.
Right.
So they're at the bottom of the list.
They are here. They're just...
Yes.
They all have queens or whatever.
Lex is on this. Queen Herbie, Scribe Cash,
Snow
the
Ciroc.
Product, Ciroc,
Yep. They're just
Queen Herbie.
all way down there.
Um,
Oh, AJ, I sent out a Twitter and everything, so obviously notifications are failing again. We are going live for our normal live reactions tomorrow at 6 Eastern.
I think we've got, 4 weeks left of this?
Something like that.
4 weeks left of this, and again, we can add more artists to it if that's something people are looking for us to do.
Right.
We'll probably take a week or 2, 3 off after the initial run, see what people think at that point, and
we
continue
also
on.
do have our normal live reactions on Sunday, so it is back-to-back for us.
I don't have Twitter. I'm too lazy to get it.
AJ, if you follow me on Instagram, you can get it there. I know YouTube notification is horrible.
Yeah, YouTube's bad at sending notifications. Daughter of Red Chick. I know not.
Freeman, we love them. Again, we have so far have not really done any groups. These have all been independent individuals.
So next week's is going to be fun. I'm not going to say why.
You're a jerk. Leave them hanging.
But what I will say is, I just want to make sure I get everyone's names right here. All right, so next week, be sure to let your favorite artists know this. Next week, we are going to be covering Joey DePrince, Joey Nato, John Sway, Justin Freeman, King Blitz, Knox Hill,
He's got to count out.
KSI, and King Crooked.
Okay.
So that means King Crooked's probably the biggest artist entirely on this entire list.
Right.
And then KSI, also a very big name. Knox Hill for other reasons.
Right.
The homie Blitz,
Yep.
which I'm super excited to have on here. Justin Freeman and John Sway, two very underrated artists, in my opinion. Actually, a lot of people love Justin Freeman. I just haven't heard much about him.
Right.
Until recently.
Right.
So I definitely think people are going to be interested in that. Joey Nato, who's got a new album coming out very soon that I'm super stoked for.
Oh, yeah.
And then Joey DePrince.
Should be good.
It's going to be such
Should
a
be good.
fun album
A Freeman.
lineup.
A Freeman.
So yeah, I hope you guys, show up for that one. As I'm sure you will. I will be tagging everyone as we normally do.
All the artists.
All the artists afterwards.
AJ, if notifications don't work, we are doing our tiers on Saturday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
And our requested reaction lives are
6
Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And this Wednesday, we're having an extra special. It's my birthday, so we're also doing a live reaction.
We're gonna be drinking.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
But yeah. So again, thanks to all the artists who were putting out music and everyone that's done stuff.
Doing this independent grind.
Running this independent grind. We love you guys. Please know anybody that gets put in low situations, again.
We try our best to explain why, but
Right.
a lot of it is not talent related necessarily.
But yeah. So that is going to wrap this stream up, guys. If you guys liked this, please be sure to slash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we will catch you all. Who is Justin Freeman? He's a rapper. You'll see you next Sunday.
And thank
next
you,
Saturday.
AJ. We appreciated it.
Yes. Times that should help. Definitely. So yeah, with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching, and we cannot wait to see you depraved people later.
Hopefully
Peace.
tomorrow.